Hey guys, Emily from Foodbox HQ here. Today we're talking about Tovala. Now Tovala is kind of two different things. It's a smart oven, but it's also a weekly meal delivery service. Before we get into the details of the smart oven, let's check out what meals we got this week. Alrighty, so once you open up your box, you're gonna see your insulation here. This is PET, which means that it's previously recycled and is recyclable as well, so that's great to see. And then inside, we're gonna see our meals. Generally, they've got a lot of selection. They have home style meals, they have low carb, low cal, even vegetarian meals. They even do celebrity collaborations. We tried their Graham Elliott collaboration a while ago and it was absolutely delicious. But I'm excited to see what we've got this week. So it looks like we've got apricot glazed trout, pastrami spiced chicken and Swiss melt. We've got a braised beef and lemony vegetable couscous bowl, and we've got a crispy chicken pot sticker bowl. So these packages are really cool the way they come. We'll look at them a little bit more closely, but just be sure to check underneath because sometimes your proteins are gonna be underneath. So let's get organized and talk about the oven. So this is actually the second generation Tovala Smart Oven. We've had ours for a while and I have to say we use it all the time. It can toast, it can bake, it can broil, and it can even be used as a steam oven. So a steam oven is something that you might see in restaurants. Really, really excited to show you how that works. But it's really intuitive, right? You've got these buttons over here. Each of those have a different function. You just select the function. Here you select the temperature or the level of toastness, for example. And then down at the bottom, you have the time, and then you just hit start. Because it's a smart oven, you have an entire app that you can use to control it. You can even scan barcodes, which we're gonna do in just a minute to show you how to cook these meals. There are recipes on the app. If you're looking for different ideas, you can create shopping lists. You can manage all of that through there. But just wanted to show you a couple of things that come with the oven. Inside here, they give you a little tray to cook on. You've got your wire rack there and a drip tray underneath. It's gonna come with a Tovala little measuring cup. We'll talk about what that's for in just a second. And it even comes with a pot holder right there. So very cool. Let's take a look at these meals. I really love the way that this is packaged. It's really ingenious. So it's just a little cardboard holder and you can just pop this open. And first thing you're gonna have here is your recipe card. So we're actually gonna be making the apricot glazed trout. You can see here, you've got all of your nutritional information. Little QR code tells you how long it's gonna take, 14 minutes, and it tells you the date that you need to eat it by, and on the back are your directions. So it's gonna tell you what it comes with. You've got skin-on trout fillet, you've got some broccoli, apricot glaze, and Caesar dressing. Let's get everything out of here. So you've got apricot dressing. I'm sorry, the apricot glaze and the Caesar dressing. And then inside this little cardboard box are some nested aluminum trays. So you can cook right from here. So there's our broccoli. And then underneath that is an empty tray to put the salmon in. So let's get that organized. So we'll just open this up. Put that in the tray. We're gonna do the same thing for this. Pull that out. Get that right in the pan. Ooh, that fits perfectly. Check that out. Let's see what our next step is. All right, spread the apricot glaze on the trout. We're gonna take this and we are gonna do this old school without any utensils. Just kind of spread that on there. Get that all over the trout. They give you quite a lot of that glaze. Ooh, it smells good. Next step is to put both trays in the oven, flip this over and scan the barcode. Couldn't be easier. Let's get these in. So we got 1 and 2. So something important to note about a steam oven means that you have to add some water. So that's what this is for. It'll tell you sort of measurements on the side, but generally you're just gonna wanna fill it up. It'll let you know when you need some more. You pour it in just right here. We did it a little bit earlier, so that's all ready. But all we're gonna do now, and I'm gonna come over to this side, is hit scan up top. And then I just hold this right there. And it knows, and I just hit start. So let's let that cook for the next 13 minutes and we'll be back for a taste test. All right, so we made 2 meals, one for me. This is the trout that we talked about. And I also made a meal for my husband. So we're only gonna taste this one today, but wanted to give you a quick look at that. That looks delicious. But let's see how this one goes. Broccoli's done perfectly. Still has a crunch to it, but the Caesar dressing is really nice. It's an interesting balance. I've never done that before. I'm excited to try this salmon, or sorry, the trout. Also looks cooked perfectly. Wow. Wow. That apricot glaze is delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna go finish my dinner, but I'll see you in a little bit for some final thoughts. All right, just a quick wrap up on Tovala. I love this oven. We've had this for a couple of years and I am so amazed by it. It's not exactly on the, budget-friendly side of appliances, but you really do get a lot out of it. It's not just one thing. It's not a toaster oven, it's not an oven, it's not a steam oven, it's all of those things. I honestly use it a lot to make toast, but we do use it a lot to also make sort of frozen snacks from Trader Joe's. You can actually use the scan function and just scan the barcode on the box so you don't have to look at any times or temperatures. Now, there's a couple of times you might have to throw it back in for an extra couple of minutes. It's not 100% foolproof, but most of the time it's right on the nose. Plus, they work with a ton of other brands, so check their site. It's not just Trader Joe's. There's a lot of different things that you can do that with. One thing to note, it is a little bit on the smaller side. You're not gonna be making the traditional Thanksgiving turkey, but you might be able to fit a small rotisserie chicken in there. So it's probably better for, a single person household or a couple because you're not gonna be able to cook multiple meals at the same time. But what is really cool is their meal delivery service. Honestly, I think it is the perfect marriage between a traditional meal kit and a pre-made meal delivery service because you get all the fresh ingredients in a home-cooked meal with the time-saving aspect of that meal delivery service. It shows up, you set it up with minimal prep, press a button, and you're ready to go. Plus, you can cook things outside of that. The app is super helpful, so if you don't know how to cook something, say you've never cooked chicken thighs before. If you go into the app, go into the recipe section and find the protein, you just select chicken thighs, hit start, and it'll cook it perfectly. Honestly, I really think that this is how we're gonna cook in the future. So if you wanna try futuristic home-cooked meals, click the link below and check out Tovala.